Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Creating Cards with Debbie. My name is Debbie Foster, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas, and I want to welcome you here today. We're going to be doing 3 cards today, and I'm using Stampin' Up! Products. So just go ahead and have a seat, grab your beverage of choice, and let's go ahead and get started here. Be sure you comment when you come on also. All right, so I'm going to go over the housekeeping notes here, and I want to invite you to shop with me at www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net, and you can find all the products that I'm showing today and any other products that you might be needing. So I'd appreciate your business and your support. That's what brings these free classes every week. So, let me go ahead and we'll start talking about paper pumpkin. And this is the new kit for our December paper pumpkin kit. It's called Watercolor in Bloom. And it says you have until December 10th to sign up for this one. And it says, show your love and appreciation with rich watercolor hues and elegant botanical flourishes. It makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes, copper foil and copper sequins, pre-cut paper and vellum pieces, and the Stampin' Spot that comes with this one is going to be Pretty Peacock. It says, personalize your card greetings with customizable sentiment stamps. And it looks like it's really pretty. I'm anxious to see what it's going to look like. Let me take one of these banners off of there. And also to go along with our paper pumpkin kits for each quarter, Stampin' Up! Comes out with a die set that coordinates with the 3 months in the quarter. And this time it is called Abundant Joy Dies. And you get quite a few dies there. So the item number is 167855. And the cost of this is $12. So that's a bargain. All those dies for just that little bit of money. All right, and then also, Paper Pumpkin or Stampin' Up! Has started a thing with Paper Pumpkin. They're going to have Cyber Monday, and it says save on prepaid subscriptions, and this runs from December 1st to December 9th. So it's just a short window there. So it says starting December 1st at 8 a.m. Mountain Time, we're offering big savings on prepaid Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. There's never been a better time to subscribe to get a new all-inclusive crafting kit delivered to your door each month. Take advantage of this Cyber Monday offer for fantastic deals on 3 months, 3 months, 6 months, and 12-month prepaid subscriptions. Whether you're looking for a last-minute Christmas present that sparks creativity or resolving to make time to craft in the new year, a Paper Pumpkin subscription is the gift that keeps on giving. Okay. So it has from December 1st to December 9th, prepaid paper pumpkin subscriptions will be discounted as follows. So with a 3-month prepaid is $61 and the regular price is $81. So you're saving $20 there. And on the 6-month prepaid is $122. The regular price is $162. 12-month prepaid is $244, and the regular price is $324. So that's quite a savings there. It says this offer ends on December 9th at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. So make sure you check this out. Don't miss out. Okay. I'm just reading my notes here. Okay, shipping cost is built into the price of the kit. So, okay, I guess that's about all that says on there. So you might want to keep that in mind. And I'm going to hide my banners here. And then next we've got some new kits that have been added. And this one is called Everyday Beauty Kit. The item number is 166808. And the price on this one is $25. It does include the stamp set. And then this kit is called Adventure Awaits, item number 167235. The price on this one is $14, but there's no stamp set included. It's got just all the punch outs and everything that you need to make this card without the stamp set. So, two real cute kits, I should say. Both of those, I like both of them. All right, and let's get back to the program here. All right, today we're going to be making 3 cards, and I'll show the stamp sets as we go along. Be sure that you, if you're thinking about doing this as a hobby, you can get your starter kit with Stampin' Up at this website, and it's $99, free shipping. You choose $125 worth of product, and you also get a free past paper pumpkin kit to go along with that, and then all the supplies if you want to make a business out of it. But you don't need to do like I do. You can just do it to get your discount, which would be starting out at 20% discount on all your future purchases. So reach out to me if you have any questions on that. I'd love to have you on my team. We have lots of fun. We've got my upline, and everybody is included with whatever you want. You can have the same thing I have. So keep that in mind. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Okay. And like I said, be sure that you comment when you come on. Okay. Hi from Holland. I'm glad to see you today. Hope this new time works out for everybody. And new day. I think it's going to work out better for me, so I'm happy with it. Okay, so let's get started. Our first one is going to be a Christmas card. And let me change you around to my desk side so you can see what I'm doing. And we'll get started. This is our card, and I'm going to be using the Jar of Joy stamp set along with the punch that goes along with that. You can get this at as a bundle or separately. If you'd like to buy them separately and don't want both, you can buy one or each or both. So Jar of Joy is a stamp set, and the punch is called Sweet Jar Punch. I've got too many notes on here. And like I said, you can get this as a bundle. The bundle number is 165507, and this is an online exclusive. All right. Let me get my instructions off of here, and we'll get started. Oops. I think something fell. Okay. Sending a jar full of cheer. And then on the inside, I've got wishing you the sweetest Christmas. All right. Let me get all of our bits and pieces out here. I've got dropsies today. Fingers are fumbling. All right, so we're going to start out with our card base, which I'm using Coastal Cabana. And it measures 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. And then I've scored it in the center at 5 1/2 inches. So we're going to fold that over, and we're going to burnish that fold line. Our bone folder. And then next, I'm using the Designer Series paper, which comes from Nests of Winter. And this was a carryover from our last catalog. And it's still available. Nests of Winter. We're using this pattern here. And our designer series paper measures 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And we're just going to attach that to the front of our card. And I'm just using my adhesive of choice, which is my Tombow glue, our green glue. And we'll turn that so I can get an even edge going around it. I need to push that up a bit. It's not sitting on there right. Well, we're going to start out with mess ups already this morning. Well, I get it on one side good. Well, we're just going to leave it. I'm not going to fuss with it too much. Okay, looks good. All right, then our next layer is going to be our basic white. And I have cut that out using our party banners. And let me get those. Our party banner dies. And our basic white. I've die cut. This is our number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 8th from the largest is the size that we're using. And then I've embossed that layer using our exposed brick 3D embossing folder. So I'm going to lay those aside. And I'm not going to place that on the card yet. We're going to be putting some dimensionals on the back of that. But first, we're going to wrap our baker's twine. This is our real red and white baker's twine. We're going to wrap that around the top portion. And I'm going to wrap that around 3 times. But first, I want to give our stamping seal and one on each side to hold our twine in place so it doesn't move on us. I got fumble fingers big time today. My fingers just aren't working. Must be the arthritis in them. And, all right, we'll wrap that around 3 times. And I have misplaced my silicone mat. I'm not sure what I did with it. I usually lay that on there to hold it in place, and I've got that too tight. Let's loosen that up a little bit. I've got this plastic mat. I'm going to use that so I don't stick to my table surface. All right, our paper snips. All right, and now I'm going to place that on dimensionals. Take your pick tool here to get those dimensionals off. I'm not going to be skimpy on my dimensionals. I don't want it sinking in the middle, so I'm going to put plenty of them on here. I know where I can get some more. And let's put another one in the center there. Take those backings off. And one more there. And we'll place that down in the center of our card front. So far. Well, now I'm dropping things. got a mess here. I need to get things out of the way here. All right, so I'm going to set my card aside. And our Coastal Cabana, I have die cut using this frame. And these are from the Nested Essentials dies. So it would be the second to the largest. The rectangle. And then make sure I don't have anything else over here. I'm going to grab my stamps. And I've got the jar. I'm going to stamp that using our black Memento ink that I put into my craft white pad. Oops, not done with that yet. I need to do the snowman. Okay, we're done with the black. Now I need to grab the real red. I'm going to stamp a sweater, or a scarf, I mean. It's just kind of this funny looking one. And I'm going to turn that so I can have a good angle at this. Okay. And again, I'm going to stamp the top of the jar. Onto our basic red cardstock. Close up our red. And I'm going to bring over our Summer Splash ink pad. And then I'm going to stamp our snow. And I'm going to get a scrap paper here. I'm going to stamp off a little bit. And we'll add some snowflakes inside of our jar here. And I think that's probably good right there. We're going to stop right there. All right, and then we've got our punch to punch these out. And we'll punch out that lid first. There's our little lid. And we'll punch out our jar. All right, move some things out of my way here. Okay. So we'll bring our rectangle back over here, and we're going to attach our snowman jar to that. And get them straight here. And then the lid's going to fit on there at an angle. So we're going to have it tipping a little bit. And now we can attach that to our front of our card. We'll get that out of the way. Center that onto our banner. Okay, so far. And I made a triple bow out of our baker's twine. I'm going to add that to the top of our card. And I'm going to use mini glue dots. And I'm going to take the quick tool to get one of those off. Place that right on the layers of trim there. And put it at an angle. And then we've got some gems here. Well, we're going to do our sentiment first. I got a 1/2 inch of basic white, and it measures probably about 4 inches. So 1/2 by 4 of the basic white. We're going to stamp our sentiment, which says, "Sending a jar full of cheer." I'm going to use our black Memento ink again. And I'm going to bring that down here so I can get it lined up straight. And then I don't like to use retired items, but I'm going to be using the retired punch, which is called Banner's Pick-a-Punch. It's retired now, but maybe you've got those already. So we're going to punch using both ends of the punch. I'm going to make the banner cut at the one end. Oops, that slipped on me. I moved it. Let me do this again. Maybe too much coffee this morning. Okay, so we got the flag at the one end. We're going to do the pointed end at the other end. So it'll look like this. And then we're going to attach that to the bottom of our card. Trying to get things out of my way here. Keep some room. Otherwise, I crowd myself so bad. You wouldn't believe what my desk looks like. All right. And just across the bottom of that banner. Now we're going to take our gems, and these are the real red and white adhesive back peppermints. We're going to use those. Take my putty end to remove those with. And I'm going to start with our large one. There's one there. Whoops. And 2 mediums over here. And I'm going to take a little one and put on the knob of our lid. And then another little one onto our sentiment. Right there. Okay. Now let's do the inside. We have our basic white, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I should have another designer series paper here somewhere. There it is. Our designer series paper, which matches the front side. And this one measures 1 1/4 inches by 4 1/8 inches. And we're just going to put that along this one side, the left side. But I'm going to go ahead and stamp that first, our sentiment, which says, wishing you the sweetest Christmas. And again, we'll use our black memento ink. And I'm going to stamp that upper right-hand corner. And I'll go ahead and attach this now. And try to keep the same distance on the 3 sides. All right, now we can put that in the inside of our card. And there's our first card. Sending a jar full of cheer and wishing you the sweetest Christmas on the inside. All right, let me pick up a few things here and get them out of my way. And we'll get on to our second card. I think we're going to do this one, our birthday card. All right, this one is happy birthday and celebrate today on the inside. Things together here. And with this one, we're going to be using our paper mostly as a showcase of this one. It's the Autumn Toil 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. And we're using this sheet, the front side and the back side. And stamps over here so I can reach them. And we're going to be using different stamp sets on this one. We're going to be using the Banner Sayings, which is a new one. And also Artistic Leaves. So 2 stamp sets. All right, so let's get started. And yeah, I did. Those are my instructions, and I already had them off of there and ready to go. Okay, so our card base is going to be Early Espresso. And again, that measures 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. And it's scored at 5 1/2 inches. So we're going to burnish that fold line with our bone folder. And we're going to go portrait on this one. And our Designer Series paper, the larger one, is going to measure 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we'll go ahead and attach that to our card. I think this makes a good birthday card for a man. You never have enough man birthday cards, it seems like. They're harder to make or something. All right. All right, so there's the background. And then next I've die cut that same paper. Well, first I die cut the larger everyday arches. And this was number 3 die. And then that was the early espresso. And then next I die cut the designer series paper using the number 4 die out of the everyday arches. We're going to put those dies away. And we're going to take our layers here. We're going to attach our designer series paper arch over that larger early espresso. So we're creating a scene on our card using our paper. And scooch that down just a little bit. There we go. And I didn't put this on dimensionals at all. I just glued it down to our card front. It makes it more post office friendly. And make sure we're not upside down here. Yep. I'm going to turn this sideways and get it straight. And scooch over just a little bit there. Look at that, see if it's straight or not. Not really. Okay, looks good. All right, so there's our card so far. But we're not done yet. We're going to stamp our sentiment onto our very vanilla cardstock. And like I said, that comes from the banners. Happy birthday. And I'm going to use our black memento ink again. And I think I'm going to go ahead and punch out my banners first before I stamp. This is our new one. It's called Banner Sayings Bundle. And the die is, or the punch is called 3 Banner Punch. And it's an online exclusive that just came out, what was it, the 4th of November, I think. So we're going to go ahead and punch out all 3 banners at the same time. I'm not using all 3, but we'll save the extras for another project later on. So there's our 3. So that's kind of nice that it punches all of them at the same time. And I'm going to use this one here. So we're going to put these away, save them for another day. And now I can bring my stamp over here and stamp our happy birthday. Kind of light there. Let me turn that over and do that again. I kind of missed the edge of my stamp there. There, that's better. And it's going to go onto our bottom layer here. And did I put that over? No, I kept a little space on the left side. So leave a little gap on the left side there and place that down. And then I've tied a knot from our, this is called our irregular weave trim. And it doesn't have a color, but I think it's probably like a beige. So I just made a knot. Oh, I didn't put my ribbon across there. Oh, crud. Can I lift that up? See, I am messing up today. Yeah, I think I can lift it up enough. We're supposed to add our ribbon across there first. So I'm going to see if I can sneak it in there. Grab my Take Your Pick tool. This is what not to do when you're stamping. And push that up underneath. And this one underneath. Well, come on, get up underneath there. And we'll add a little bit more glue underneath to hold it. Now, come on. I need you to attach there. And sneak this one under this side. I might not have enough on this side to hold it. Goodness. What not to do. Put more glue underneath this corner. All right, now we can add our little knot here, and I'm going to use my mini glue dots again to attach that. All right, all's better. All right, and then we're going to add some embellishments, and this is called the neutral matte dots, and we're going to be using this color. It looks like a pecan pie color. Well, I've got things sticking to my fingers here. All right, we'll do the larger ones at the top, and a small one on our little tag down here, our banner. All right, so there's the front of our card. Now we're going to do the inside. We've got Berry Vanilla, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And let me see what I did to the inside. I'm going to stamp the Celebrate Today. And that comes from the Artistic Leaves stamp set. And right across the center. Celebrate Today. And then I've got a little strip of that Designer Series paper. And this measures 1/8 inch by 4 inches. That's going to go across our bottom. I think I'm going to put it this way. And I have a little piece here. I need to snip that off. Bring that plastic mat over here again. I'm trying to figure out what I did to my silicone mat, but I don't have any idea. I was looking for it this morning and couldn't find it. It'll probably show up when I'm least expect it. And I'm going to use my reverse tweezers to pick this up. It's really tiny and I don't want glue all over my fingers. So we're going to place that down at our bottom edge, leaving a small space at the bottom. And then we attach that to the inside of our card. All right, so here's our second card. Happy birthday. And when you open it, it says celebrate today. And clean this up a little bit here again. And we'll bring our third card out here. Pad before we have an accident here. So here's our card. And I'm using the artistic leaves for this one. And also banner sayings for the sentiment, which says celebrate. And then on the inside, we're going to be using It's Your Day and Charming Day. We're using the Happy Birthday. So different stamp sets with this one. I think I used, what, 3? Here's our card front. Celebrate. And Happy Birthday, It's Your Day. So we're going to be doing a little bit of techniques with this. We're going to be using our blending brush and some other things here. So our card base is going to be our pretty peacock, which is this orientation. It's 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And then it's scored in the center at 4 1/4 inches. And take our bone folder and burnish that fold line. And it's going to be opening this way. And then next we have our crumb cake, which is 4 1/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And then a layer of white, which measures 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And that's going to go onto the top of our crumb cake. And I'm going to go ahead and do our inking and stamping and everything first. So let's bring over, we're going to be using Pretty Peacock and crumb cake to do our stamping with. Put the black away for a moment. That's our inside. This is our scrap. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our Pretty Peacock and my blending brush. And we'll go ahead and get started. And I wonder if this will work. Tap off, yeah. So I'm going to do just the center. I think I'm going to try to keep my work surface clean here. So let's move this over so we can use that. And pretty much or as little as you want. No set amount. And We're just doing the center. Okay, and that's enough with that one for now. And then we're going to bring over our crumb cake stamp pad. And need that one, this one. We're going to stamp our leaves. And position them a little bit. I know it looks kind of dark right now, but this is going to lighten up after it dries a little bit. And another one there. So we're doing 3 leaves, and then I'm going to do some dots. And I'm turning it so it's not all the same. Sneak one down here. Oops, I had ink on my finger there, but we're going to be covering that anyway. And I think that's good for now. We can always add more later. Let me get the ink off my fingers so I don't make more of a mess here. All right, so that's our layer. We're going to set that aside. We're going to work on our leaves. And I've got 2 leaves. And I'm going to start with the background first. And that's going to be with our pretty peacock. I'm going to stamp 3 leaves. I'm just going to do one because I'm going to have the other ones already fussy cut out already. So you don't have to watch me fussy cut. They're done ahead of time. And now I'm going to take this one with the crumb cake and we're going to line that up. Trying to get my orientation here. Press that down, hold it for a moment. Okay, so there's our leaf. And we just fussy cut this out, but I've already done those ahead of time. And I've got quite a variety here. I'm going to pick out the best ones. So probably those 3 look good. I think I like this one better. For those 3. Those are our ink pads. These are inside. Okay, then I've got a 1/2 inch of our basic weight. It doesn't matter how long it is because we're going to be chopping it off anyway. And we're going to stamp our sentiment on there, our celebrate. And I'm going to use our black memento to stamp our sentiment with. Celebrate. Close that. And we're going to chop this off. All right. I'm going to bring my layer back over here, and we're going to wrap our linen thread around the bottom of that. And again, we're going to wrap that around 3 times. So let me bring my tear and tape, and I'm going to use that to hold my trim in place. So grab a couple little pieces of that tear and tape and put on each side. Make sure I'm going the right direction here. Take your pick tool. And which side has the ink on it? There it is. Wiping that off with my inky rag here. And my linen thread here is a mess. I'm going to start at this one side. Press that down in there and wrap it around 3 times. Snip that off. And kind of spread those out a little bit. Okay. And now we can attach that to the front of our card, or to that crumb cake layer. Okay, we're pretty quiet today. Hope everybody's had a good week so far. And mine's been going okay. I can't complain. And bring our card back over here. We'll put that onto our card front. My life is kind of boring. I don't have any stories to tell. But boring is good. I don't like drama. All right, that's going to go in the front of our card, leaving a small border going around it. So some of that peacock will show. And now we're going to grab our leaves. Take this out of the way a little bit. And then I'm going to arrange my leaves onto the front. And I'm going to glue the top one down directly, but the other 2 I'm going to put up on dimensionals. So let's go ahead and glue that down. And I'm going to put that at an angle a little bit. And our other 2 are going to go up on dimensionals. And our dimensionals back over here. Take your pick tool to get those off with. And our other one. Looks like it's stamped on both sides of that paper. Kind of confused me there for a moment. And there we go. So I'm going to place this one here, and maybe this one right about there. And this one's going to go at an angle at the lower portion. All right, I'm going to bring my mat back over here. We're going to bring that blending brush, and we're just going to add a little pretty peacock to that to tone down that white layer. And this is going to go right above our twine, tucked under. Celebrate. And then I've made a triple bow out of our linen thread, and that's going to go right below the sentiment. We'll put that on with our mini glue dots. And we could trim those tails of our bow. All right, but we're not done yet. We're going to add some gems. And I'm using the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. And the Pretty in Pink is more of a beige looking, so I'm going to be using those. And well, I'm going to add two larger ones up here and a medium size. We'll put right over here. That don't look right to me. Let me see if I can't move these. I kind of like to form like a triangle with my gems. So we're going to move that right there. Okay, so there's the front of our card. Now we're going to do the inside. We've got our basic white layer, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Let me move some things out of the way here. And we're going to bring our blending brush back over here, and we're going to add a little color on there, the Pretty in Peacock, to kind of match the front side. Just a little bit of Pretty in Peacock. And then we'll stamp our sentiment. Which is Happy Birthday. And It's Your Day. So Happy Birthday we'll put at the upper left side. And then It's Your Day off to the right side below that. And we'll attach that inside of our card. Set that ink pen. move things out of the way. We'll bring our cards all over here. Okay, so celebrate. Happy birthday, it's your day on the inside. Okay, so here's our 3 cards for today. We did good, only an hour. Oops, let me bring those down a little bit. All right, I hope you enjoyed those today. And be sure that you like and share the video. And I will see you next Thursday again, which will be November 20th. So next week I'm going to be doing a calendar for the next year, 2026. And hopefully I've got some new items coming too. So I'm hoping to get those in time to make something new from those. Other than that, I don't know what else I'm making, but for sure the calendars. So until next week, y'all have a good rest of the week and get some crafting time in there for yourself. It's very good for the soul. I call my craft room my happy place. So until next week, bye-bye. Thank you for being here.